everybody, welcome back. Well guys, in this video we're going to be talking about what you don't need necessarily on a through hike of the Foothills Trail. Now me and Hayward, the executive director of the Foothills Trail Conservancy, we're going to be going out here tomorrow actually. We're going to be heading out for 2.5 days and 2 full nights out on the trail, and we're going to inspect that 30 miles of trail. But guys, you know, all the packing and stuff I was doing, it put me in mind of making a video to go with the other videos that we're going to do in this series about things that you don't necessarily need on a through hike of the Foothills Trail. Now, please understand that this is just my opinion, and you know, I have hiked hundreds of miles on the Foothills Trail, you know, in the past. Some of it I've hiked multiple times, some of it I've only hiked 2 or 3 times. But I can tell you now that each time that I went out backpacking, when I would come back from an overnight, I would take out the items that I did not need on the trail. And over the years, I've just kept whittling it down and taking out and taking out and taking away to the point that I have just, you know, basically the bare minimum. It's not ultra light or anything like that, but it's just the bare minimum. I only take what I need. The only exception to that is my little first aid kit. You know, I'm going to take it whether I use it or not. All right, so let's look at our list here of things that you don't necessarily need, in my opinion, okay? You take whatever you want when you go backpacking, but in my opinion, on the Foothills Trail, things that you don't need. All right, number 1 on my list is you don't need bling. You don't need your wedding ring. Don't worry, ladies. There ain't somebody out there trying to take your husband on the trail. You don't need your wristwatch. Take all of this off. I leave all of that at home. It doesn't go hiking with me. Okay, all right? Let's see what else we don't need here. You don't need your wallet on the Foothills Trail, okay? There's no town that you're going to go by. There's no store you're going to stop at. You know, I leave this at home. I take my driver's license, and that's about it. Maybe a buck or two if I'm going to buy breakfast on the way to the trail. And I leave this at the house. I just take my license and I keep it in the pocket of my hiking pants the whole time I'm out there. That way if they find your body, at least they'll know who you are. All right? Something else that you don't need out there on the Foothills Trail is this. You don't need to take a great big wad of car keys, okay? Now I tell you, man, us guys, some of us are the worst about having a gigantic wad of car keys. We look like the old high school janitor going down the hall with 18,000 keys on his side. You don't need all this. What I'll do is I will just take the key to my car off the key ring. I'll take it with me, and then whenever I get to, you know, where we're going to take off from or where I'm going to leave my car at, I hide the key. I don't take it with me on the trail. It's not in my pocket or in my pack. You're asking for trouble if you do that. I just take the key and I either hide it on the car, or if I don't feel confident, you know, sticking it behind the tire or on behind the bumper, I will take it maybe, you know, you can take it to the side or somewhere in the edge of the bushes and dig a little place, put it, hide it, man, but leave it with the car somewhere. Don't take it with you. And let your partner know where that key is, all right? Because if you get out there and you get in trouble, you get hurt, and they have to take you out of there, your partner, your hiking buddy needs to know where that key is. So when me and Hayward go out together, even for a maintenance outing, I know where his key is at, he knows where my key is at, okay? And that's the way we're going to do it on this hike. So don't take all these keys. That's just unnecessary. You don't need to take your favorite Rambo knife out there, okay? You don't need this. You ain't going to use it. You're not going to take on Bigfoot with it because he ain't out there, okay? Leave this mess at home. You know, you ain't Dave Canterbury. Leave it at the house. All right, something else you don't need. I told you didn't need the Rambo knife. You don't need your 6-shooter either, or in this case a 9-shot or whatever it is. You don't need this out there on the trail. You're not going to be taking on a grizzly. You know, there's not a bunch of bad guys out there that you're going to have to shoot them out with. You drag this stuff down the trail that weighs probably 2.5, 3 pounds, and all you're going to do is end up shooting yourself or your partner or some poor unlucky hiker who stumbles into where you're camping at 2 in the morning, okay? Leave this mess at home. You don't need it. You don't need a hatchet. You ain't gonna be out there chopping wood. You know, I promise you, after you've hiked 15 miles over some of them mountains and down through some of them gorges and back up, You're going to get to camp, you're going to set up your little hammock and your tarp or your tent, and you're going to cook dinner and you're going to be exhausted. You ain't going to sit up watching caveman TV and chopping wood all night. This is energy wasted. Don't take it, you don't need it. This goes with it, okay? You know, y'all seen these young guys that going up through there with a great big pack loaded down and they got an axe hanging on it. I don't know what they're planning on chopping. You don't need a camp. I don't care if it says camp axe. You don't need it. All right, something else you don't need to take on a thru hike. You don't need to take that brand new pair of boots you just bought yesterday. I know it's easy to get gear fever, and man, I'm going hiking, I've got all this stuff laid out. You know what, I need a new pair of boots. Let's go out the night before that we're going hiking and go over to REI somewhere and buy some new hiking boots. Don't do that. You need to make sure that you take the old comfortable pair of boots or shoes that you wear all the time and you're comfortable with. They fit your feet, they don't cause you problems. I don't care if it's got a hole in the side of it. As long as it fits good and it's comfortable, that's what you need on a 77-mile thru hike at the Foothills Trail. Don't go get them new boots and take off. Resist the urge to do that. You'll regret it. All right, something else you don't need. You don't need to be taking a great big thing of rope with you. I mean, I've seen guys with rope hanging on their pack, and I'm like, what are they going to do with all that rope? I do take a little bit of cordage, and I mean just a little bit. I take a little bit of paracord, bright orange paracord that I use to hang my food bag at night. Just enough for that. That's all I take, okay? Something else that you don't need to take. Fingernails, long fingernails and long toenails. Guys, I'm gonna say guys, you know those gnarly toenails that you're kicking, that your wife talks about sometimes? Listen, you need to cut them things before you go set on a 77-mile hiking trip. You need to cut those toenails. And dudes, if you get one of these and them feet are getting farther and farther away and they're hard to get to, then go down there to the nail place, man. That lady down there will take 30 or 40 bucks from you and she'll hook your toenails up, okay? So do that. Don't go out there with long, gnarly toenails, because what happens is your toes will hit the end of your shoe or your boot while you're walking, and that nail hits and you don't think it's no big deal, but after 10, 20, 30 miles of that toenail's gonna go black and you're gonna lose it. You'll be miserable. Cut your toenails and your fingernails before you go hiking, okay? All right, so something else that you don't need when you're gonna go on a backpacking trip, a 77-mile, 5-day trip, you don't need this. You don't need to take War and Peace with you on the hiking trip, okay? Leave the books at home. The only book that you should be taking on a hiking trip is if you have never hiked the Foothills Trail, take the guidebook. But other than that, leave the books at home. You are not going to be out there reading your favorite novel, okay? Because you're going to be hiking. And then when you're not hiking, you're going to be resting and going to sleep. You ain't going to read that. And let me say this, I know some of you are thinking, well, I'll take it on my Kindle. You don't need that either, because I know you're going to take your cell phone. I know you are. I'm taking mine. Hayward's even going to take his. And you can put the Kindle app on your little cell phone. Everything you need is on it, and you can just read your little book at night on that, okay? Don't take this, okay? You're not going to do that much reading on the trail, believe me. All right, something else that you don't need to take on a trip on the Foothills Trail. Your pack does not have to be full. I know that's the craziest thing you've ever heard, that your backpack doesn't need to be full, but it doesn't. You went over there to the outfitter place maybe a year or two ago and you bought this great big pack for wintertime, hiking or whatever, backpacking, and there's all this room in it, and we tend to want to just keep putting stuff in a backpack till it won't hold anymore. Have you ever noticed that? I mean, that's like, I know people who've done that. I've done it. You don't have to keep packing it until it's so full it won't hold no more. All right? You don't have to fill it up. Your backpack doesn't have to be full to the top. Put in just what you need, just enough food to get you to the next food drop. All right, and speaking of food, you don't have to carry all that food. If you hike the Foothills Trail, there is a place where we have at least one food drop for folks who want to hike. So if you're interested in that, you email info@foothillstrail.org, and the good folks there, Hayward and them, will work with you and some of the shuttle drivers to get you a food drop set up, at least at the Whitewater Falls area. So you got 28 miles there. from your food drop, okay? So you don't have to haul all that food, all right? So hey, I hope this helps you out a little bit. If you ever want to go out and go on a thru hike of the Foothills Trail, please take note of what I mentioned here. You know, you don't have to carry all that stuff. You got to learn to turn that stuff loose. You know, the whole idea of going backpacking is to kind of get away from it all, and you don't want to try to take it all with you when you do it. Well, hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for the next one, and I hope I see you out on the Foothills Trail soon.